Hi guys, Mike back again with the project, with the new project that I made a video about a month ago. Well, some good guesses, and some of you are right, or on the right lines anyway, with the pirate theme. Not strictly pirates, but I am building a boat. I've always wanted to do this, and I've never done it before. This will be my first boat build. So, what boat, you might ask? I'm building Lord Nelson's HMS Victory. Now this is a series of magazines. You'll remember them from when you were a kid. A company called D'Agostini, who put out these serial part builds basically. So you can build all sorts of stuff. You can build boats and vehicles and military models, etc., etc. And in fairness, you do end up paying over the odds. You end up paying, I don't know, I think with this boat I'm building now, Nelson's Victory, I think you can probably buy, the model for about £500 outright. And I think doing it this way, it's going to cost you more like 720, something like that. But the beauty of this one, the beauty of it doing this way, being my first boat build and being an inexperienced boat builder, is that it's all very much step by step and quite a sort of a slow learning curve. So that kind of appealed to me, and I'll show you what you get in the first pack. So basically, it's made up of 120 issues. This series is finished. I think it was originally released in 2010. So the series is finished, but you can still get it. What you get is 2 issues, issues 1 and 2 in your first package, and this free binder. You'll remember these, where you get your little stems, so you can put your magazines in. So you get a free binder, and you get 2 issues. You get issues 1 and 2. In your second parcel, you get issues 3 and 4, and then from then on, you get 4 issues a month. So that kind of keeps you busy over the month. So what do you get? So basically, this is issue 1. You get a DVD about the Modeller's Guide. I haven't opened it yet, so I'm going to watch that. And you get a couple of magazines, so an introductory magazine and issue 1, and then you get your first lot of bits, which I'll show you in a sec. So basically, that is what it's going to look like when it's finished. I'm not sure if I'm going to do all the sails, but certainly I'm going to do all the rigging. As you can see there, the length of it when it's finished is 4'2", and the height is 2'10", so it's a beast of a model. It's going to be massive. I'm quite looking forward to building it. So there it is, HMS Victory. So what you get in your first kind of pack, it's all sort of laid out on this big bit of card. So you get your introductory magazine, telling you all about the model really, and what you can do with it. Just what's coming up in issues 2 and 3. And then in issue 1, you kind of get a bit of history, obviously, about Nelson. There's going to be quite a bit. I suppose you learn all about Nelson as you go along. And different boats there, the cannons that are on board, options about building it your way, so you can do it with sails or not, and the way you can paint the boat up. And then you get your assembly guide. Then basically, these are your components you get, and it tells you exactly what to do with them. So I mean, it is going to be quite complicated, I think, as we go along. Once I start doing planking, which I'll tell you about when we kind of get to it, it's all going to get quite complicated. But I think with the sort of slow learning curve, and I've got quite a lot of modelling experience, I should be okay. So in your first issue, as I said, you get some bits. So this is the bow even, the bow section of the boat. And these are the bow formers, which go into these slots here. So this makes up the front of the boat. And this is the forward bulkhead of the keel, of the false keel. All of this, you won't see any of this when it's completely built. And then you get, that's one of the 12-pounder cannons that you can put together and paint up. So that's going to be really cool. I'm not sure, I think there's about 50 of these in total throughout the whole build. So that's that. That's issue 1. And then in issue 2, obviously you get your magazine again on this big bit of card. I'm not sure if they all come on this massive bit of card, but we'll see. and there's another picture of the Victory itself. So it's going to be really cool when it's finished, to be fair. And then you start getting ribbing sections. So these bits here attached to these, and these to these, and then they go on. I'll show you. So you start building up your boat. So you start building up your ribs, and then you kind of put them on the front of the bow to make your ribbing sections. And then as we go along, you'll see in this picture here, you build up your ribbing all along the boat, from bow to stern, and then you get thin strips of wood that you plank the model. So you actually use thin strips of wood to curve around the whole, all of the boat to make it to make a hull, basically. So it's going to be really interesting. I'm quite excited about starting to build it. And your other little bit you get here, you get one of Victory's 4 main anchors. So that's it. That's my new project. It's going to take about 2.5 years, I believe, to build. So, I mean, I've been on YouTube since 2011, I think, something like that. And yeah, well, I really want to document this build. I have signed up to kind of D'Agostini's forum as well. It's called Model Space, and I'll put a link below. I'm still crew or Angelus Silicis within that forum, and I'm going to kind of document it, a photo documentation of how the build's going. But I'll kind of put all this together and kind of show you as I go. So this is my new project. I mean, it's going to kind of go alongside with Warhammer stuff and other paint things and that. But this is something that's always intrigued me. I've always wanted to build a big wooden boat ship, you know. And the rationale actually to doing the Victory is that my wife is direct descendant of Lord Nelson himself. So that's quite cool. And I've told her this, so if she sees this video, I won't get into trouble. It was a good way of convincing her that it's a good idea to spend £700. I think it's 711 in total. £711 to build the Victory, because your great uncle, I believe, is was Nelson, was Lord Nelson himself. So you know, she went for that, and there we go. so that's it. That's the update. Comment as you see fit and let me know what you think. And if anyone's got any experience about building these boats, about doing planking, I mean, I'm learning all these new terminologies, let me know. So I shall catch you on the next one. Thanks a lot, guys. Hi guys, I'm back again. Here's just a few pictures of some of the stuff built from the first couple of issues. So we've got some pictures of the cannon, where the carriage is actually painted this yellow colour in real life. So the cannon's really small, and so I've got I don't know, I think there was about 50 of those to build. Then there's the first of the 4 anchors there, all sorted out. I've actually sanded it back a bit so you can't see those kind of bits of glue that are on the wood. And that was my first experience of doing a fisherman's bend knot. Just to also let you know that I'm having some major IT issues in the fact that my hard drive is broken basically, and I'm living on recovery drive. My computer's really old. I need to buy a new hard drive basically, so that's not going to be until next month. So my videoing and stuff is going to be a little bit lacking in the next few weeks, but I will be back with a vengeance when I've got some new IT, because it kind of gives me a good excuse to buy something new and fancy. So this will be my last video for a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, maybe a month, and I will catch you on the next one. Thank you for all your support. Please keep commenting and rating and subscribing. Really do appreciate all the comments. I can still read the comments and reply to comments, but just my posting of videos is going to be a bit lacking. So I will catch you on the next one. Thanks very much, guys.